listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Alive Again on Pet Life Radio. Thank you for listening, and thank you so very much for all your emails in telling us how this show has helped you and helped get you through the horrific time after and during pet loss. We sincerely appreciate that. Now, what we're going to talk about today is animal communication and what is wrong information. You're going, oh, Brent, you're really not going to do that, are you? Yeah, because I have people writing to me and they're all upset because they've gotten wrong information. And so today we've taken about 7 or 8 subjects and going to talk about them and tell you what's wrong and why they're wrong. So if you hear it, you'll know what not to do. Okay, now the first thing is, what information do you give an animal communicator? Nothing other than a picture, period. Don't talk to them. Don't give them your Facebook page. Don't give them any information. And you're going, why not? Well, as you know, I'm an animal medium. I look at and see and talk face-to-face with pets on an ongoing basis. And yes, I do readings too. And you're going, well, why are you doing this today? Because a lot of people don't really understand about an animal communication reading. But you don't have to give information to an animal communicator. It's their job to give you information. And what pet owners don't realize is they just want to talk and talk and talk about their pet. Oh, Fluffy was so cute. Oh, Fluffy was this. Or they send these enormous emails that like is a 3-page story of their pet, which comes from your heart. Well, let me tell you what I do with those. I delete them and then I write back and say, please don't give me any information. I don't want the reading to be tainted by what you've said to me. So don't give the animal communicator any information. Now, a picture, yes, that's fine. But a lot of people, when they're talking to you, are waiting for information so they can give it back to you. No, an animal communicator's job is to provide the information to you, and it should be very specific details. Not, well, I think they're going to sort of be, around in the morning. No, or he loves you and misses you so much. All of that is warm and fuzzy generic filler. You should be getting information, number one, that only you and your pet know, okay? Because that's what you're doing the communication with. And you don't want to say, well, what's his favorite bowl? What's his favorite dish? Okay, if you need to use that to prove that they're talking to your pet, that's fine. But the bottom line is, by looking at the picture, they should immediately start giving you information that in fact validates that it is your pet. Now, the way I do this is I put together a collage for my clients. And as I get each picture in the collage, the pictures start talking to me and I start seeing the pet on the other side. And that's my way of relaxing into the conversation with the pet. And by the time we have the collage up, they have gotten a whole lot of very specific, oh my God, emotional details that only they and the pet know. And then once I say, think we got the right pet? They're going, yeah. And then we move forward with the reading. So when you have a reading, make sure that you're connected to the right pet because it's about frequencies. The next thing is, I really wouldn't do several pets in a reading. You're going, why not? Because each pet is a separate individual frequency. And if you're jumping around between all the different frequencies, then you're not getting 100% of the information. You're getting like a marbleized cake. You're getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and none of it is pure. So I only do readings for one pet at a time. Now, if a companion pet jumps in to have something to say, that's fine. But I never do more than one pet in a reading simply because I don't want to taint and mix up and marbleize the energies so I don't get 100% of perfection from the pet that I'm talking to. Now, on that, that's the beginning of what you want to do. Remember, no information at all. Don't talk about Fluffy to the animal communicator. Don't write emails to the animal communicator. Only send a picture if they request that. And make sure you receive only very specific information. Because a lot of people can talk generic. You're paying for specific. That's why they're supposed to be an animal communicator. And on that, We're going to take a break and come back for our next 10 questions that we're going to point out. Thanks.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
It's hard to find time for your furry family member. That's where Camp Bow Wow comes in. All-day play and overnight camp, daycare and boarding for dogs. Everything is included. Large play areas for fun and exercise. Spacious cabins, comfy cots, even live camper cams to watch from a computer or smartphone. Camp Bow Wow offers the best care and is the place to go where a dog can be a dog. For locations and more information, visit campbowwow.com.
Yuppie Puppy City Kitty provides pet lovers an opportunity to earn up to 50% commission selling our premium pet products. Advocate Gina Brick says, the opportunity to share such a quality product line with other pet lovers is amazing. The support of the Yuppie Puppy City Kitty family while working the business is a true gift. Mention special code PETLIFE when you enroll today and receive 3 additional products free. Find us at www.ypckpets.com. That's ypckpets.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, thank you for our sponsors. They help us go, and we really appreciate it. Well, now I'm going to do a little bitty ad for my book. I have a new book called After Death Signs from Pet Afterlife and Animals in Heaven. Check it out. It tells you how to connect. That's right, connect with your pet. You're going, well, I already communicate. Folks, animal communication and animal connection is 2 different things. Now, they can work together, but they're 2 different things. So just because you can't communicate doesn't mean you can't connect. And there's about 10 pages in there of connection techniques that work. Okay? Go over to my Amazon reviews. They'll tell you they work. Now, we are going to talk about other things that animal communicators have said to people that have come back to me and said, is this correct? My pet needs to rest in heaven and to be healed on the other side before the animal communicator can talk to it. Wrong. Ding, 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 ding. Not happening. The nanosecond your pet slips out of its fur suit, fin suit, feathered suit, animal suit, ferret suit, animal, frog, whatever suit, it can talk and can send signs. And for those of you listening to the show and go, well, how does she know? Well, I'm an animal medium, and I'm one of the few people that can look and see and talk face to face with your pets. So I'm looking at your pet's living energy form. And the minute while they're crossing the death line, they can talk to you. So does your pet need to rest? No, they're healed and perfect the minute they slip out of their suit. Do they need to be healed? No, they're completely healed, whole, and well the minute they slip out of the fursuit. Are they okay? Yes, the minute they slip out of the fursuit. Now, the next question. My animal communicator said we don't need to talk to an animal too much because it wears out their energy when they're on the other side. Wrong. It does not wear out a pet's or animal's energy on the other side talking to them. Probably it's wearing out the animal communicator who doesn't have enough connection to be able to connect on an ongoing basis. Usually when I do a reading, I sit down and start talking for 2 to 3, 4 hours. Sometimes 5. We had one that I had to stop at 5.5. Now, you say, how many pets talk to you? In 20 years, I've had 1 dog that wouldn't talk to me. I've had 2 cats that made me reschedule, and 1 pet that walked out midway in the communication, and I had to schedule the second half of the reading at another time because he just got tired and said, I quit. So a pet can choose not to talk to you, but does it affect their energy? No, not one little tiny iota. Why? Because once they're on the other side, they're in all there is. They're in the infinite electromagnetic all there is. And if they get tired over there in all there is, then all of us are dead and gone. Because that's forever and always living energy. Keywords here. Infinite, forever, and always living energy. You don't run out of energy. You don't get tired when you're living in infinite, forever, living and always energy. So, if somebody says, well, we don't want to talk to your pet, we need it to heal. Well, we need him to rest. We don't want to talk to him too many times because it'll make him tired. Just give him the reasons on this show and say, are you having a problem connecting with my pet? And the next one I love best of all. You leave those spirits on the other side alone. Don't you be talking to animal ghosts. No. Leave those pets that are dead on the other side alone. Wrong. And you go, well, why do people even talk like that? Well, see, I grew up Southern where it was like, don't mess with that other side. You know, it's like, that's dark stuff over there. Okay, here's the real deal. There is dark and light energy. In my book, I give you a protection prayer, which will take care of every bit of that. And that's been crafted over 7 or 8 years, so it works, okay? And don't go be ad-libbing or changing up the stuff, because ad-libbing doesn't get it. And on the techniques from the animals, don't be go ad-libbing. Just check it out. So your pet on the other side is waiting for you to talk to them. They're alive and well and really anxious for you to talk to them. And that's important for you to know, because you want to be able to communicate with them the minute they go over on the other side. Why would you not? Another reason that people say don't mess with pets on the other side is because they are fear-based. And they don't want to have to look at death in a new way. Or they don't want to look at death outside of their religious beliefs. Or they don't want to expand their awareness. So when somebody says don't mess with pets on the other side, I normally look at them and say, why? And they'll say, well, I was brought up that way. You just don't do that. Well, it's your soul's choice and your soul's life journey to make the choices that you want to make. You don't have to embrace everybody else's opinion. That's why they have free will choice. The second thing is maybe they're afraid, because if they think about it, they have to look at death a different way. You know, when Mike, who was my fiance that was killed, I was scared to death about death. And after he taught me to communicate and connect with the other side, I'm not afraid of it all anymore. I'm just going to slip out of my earth suit, get on the other side, and be chatty Cathy to those that are left behind. So that's what's important, is don't take on other people's fears. Make up your own mind. And if your religion embraces that, maybe you just ought to look at it and find out why, and then make your own choices. So leaving pets alone on the other side, that's not necessary. And we got a YouTube video on it. Go on over to YouTube. Got about 100 videos over there to answer your questions. And if you want to send us a question here, send it to Brent@PetLifeRadio.com. Go over to YouTube and you can send us questions over there. We've got lots of free resources. We're going to take a break for our sponsor. Be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
When we ran out, we stopped using it.
Why would you stop?
Why undo all the good that's been accomplished? We thought everything was fine, and that was not a good thing.
No.
He started stinking. It was awful.
Shedding comes back, loss of hair, lots of dandruff.
Scratching will return. His shedding will increase.
If I ever took Roy off of Dinovite, he would go back to his hair loss.
DINOVITE.com.
859-428-1000.
When I get down to the bottom of my box of Dinovite,
when I get to about 3/4,
Oh no, I've got a couple more scoops.
it's time to place my order. Dinovite.com.
Each and every day she is getting a Dinovite.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Just feed your dog right. Use Dinovite. If it's working, don't quit.
Don't do what I did and run out.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Thanks for listening today, and we really are appreciative of our sponsors. If you know anybody that you think would like to sponsor our show, tell them to find us. You can call me Brent@PetLifeRadio.com, and perhaps they'll be able to, I guess you would say, tell lots of folks about how they can help them with their products. Because we think we're doing a really good job here of taking people's pain and having a purpose of healing their hearts. And we feel that our sponsors are helping people too. So if you know anybody, send them on down, as Bob Barker says. We'd really be appreciating it. All right, so we've talked about don't give any information to your animal communicator. Expect and demand very specific details. Your pet doesn't have to rest. They're whole and healed. You don't leave pet spirits alone. That's your choice. Don't be brought into fear or, it's dark stuff or it's mystical or it's evil. No, it's your choice how you handle it and how you approach it. And, you don't have to worry about contacting them because they're an infinite energy. And that's sort of a recap of everything we did in the first. And the last thing is, if any pet communicator contacts you and says, Hi, I talked to your Fluffy last night, and I want to tell you what this says. Let me tell you something. If you're solicited by anybody, number one, they didn't appreciate nor respect your pet, because the number one etiquette of animal communication is asking permission to speak to your pet. And let me tell you, do you think your pet is going to go find a stranger and go, come over here, let me talk to you a minute so you can go call my mama? No. However, a lot of people do that, so I'd be aware of that if I did. Another thing is, free readings, come on. Professionals are professionals. Everybody will take a free sample, so I'd be wary of that too. Now, the last three we're going to address are reincarnation errors that animal communicators say. And usually the reason they make these errors is for threefold. One, they don't see pets and talk to them face to face, so they're not watching the energy and they don't get the process. Number two, they haven't done their homework and they don't understand the process. Number three, they can't access the energy completely and fully, and they only have a half a connection or sort of a connection. Because to access future energy, that's a whole nother frequency level. Okay? And if you can only sort of access it, then you only sort of get answers. So here's the first one. I was told my pet is going to reincarnate to somebody else. That person doesn't know about reincarnation. Reincarnation is a contract between you, keyword, you and your pet. Not anybody else. Not your boyfriend, not your girlfriend, not your mother, not the lady down the street, not somebody you wave to or is in your carpool. A reincarnation contract is between you and your pet alone. So don't get upset if they say, well, your pet didn't like the way you behaved and it's not going to reincarnate to you. Wrong. If your pet's going to reincarnate, and only 30 to 40% do. And why do they? To continue a learning journey with you, not for any other reasons. And again, go over to YouTube. Lots of videos on this. So your pet will only reincarnate to you. The second premise, and this is one a lot of people use because they really can't find the pet on the other side. An animal communicator say, well, go pick the litter you want your pet to come back in. Or go pick the puppy you want your pet to come back in. Or, just walk around till you see your pet and then they'll come into that pet. Wrong. Before your pet comes back, it has already decided the form it's going to come in, exactly what it's going to look like, and the characteristics it's going to have. So when an animal communicator says, well, I'll help you look for it, that means they really can't see it. They're helping you look for it. No. And second of all, you don't have to look for a reincarnated pet. You could be dead to the world, sound asleep, and your pet is going to find you. Because why would they come to heaven, come all the way back to earth to miss you? Hello. Duh. Your pet's not going to go to the other side, take all that energy and come back and decide to miss you. Not happening. Okay? Now, you're saying, oh, I'm getting signs my pet's coming back. He's told me he's coming back. You forgot one thing. It could be in living energy form and not reincarnated form. We have a lot of people who say, my pet's coming back. No, it's not. It's coming back in living energy form, but it's not coming back reincarnated as a comeback kid in physical form. So that's something you want to determine. Is it coming back in living energy form to continue a journey with you, or is it coming back in a physical form as a reincarnate comeback kid? The next thing is picking that body. Remember, that doesn't work. Your pet's already picked it before it ever died. That's a contract you make on the other side. And the last is, if a communicator can say to you, your pet's going to reincarnate, then they should be able to tell you what your pet is going to look like down to the spot on its left ear, the toenail on its left foot. They should be able to tell you when, like the month of March 2018, where you're going to meet them at the puppy fair down by the river at the spring festival, and how a lady in a white shirt's going to come over and say, would you like to see all these puppies we got in a box? So if a person tells you a pet is going to reincarnate like yours is, if they don't have the details of how, when, where, in addition to your pet's going to reincarnate, then they're not fully connected. Because if they tell you it's going to come back, all of the other energy, if they're connected, keyword, if they're connected to future energy, is right there, totally and completely available. And you're going, how do you know that? Because I look at it. The reason I can do a past life reading is I sit and I say to the pet, show me your past lives. And the pet, in steam form, it looks like the pet, goes back in time and shows me its other lives via videos of the pet. And I can describe everything, the address where it lives, and all that sort of stuff. So I see it. When we do the current life, I see it. I ask for the death scenario. I watch it just as if I'm watching a movie of it. And then when I ask for future, after it crosses the death line, I say, are you going to reincarnate? And then I see it reincarnate. Cute left paw, going to be beige, going to have a right spot on its hip that's brown, going to have its tummy that's white, going to have a little toenail on the left foot that's black. All the rest of them will be pink. And then I say, where are you going to find the person? Then they show me I'm going to be in a field. Or they say I'm going to meet them at the pet fair, by the wharf. What city, what time? And you ask the pet, what time? So if somebody says they're going to reincarnate, that's just starting the job. They need to tell you what time, where, when, and how you're going to connect with them. Because so many people come to me and go, my pet's reincarnating, I'm so excited, I just can't stand it, my pet's reincarnating. I'm going, okay, when? Well, I don't know. They said to be looking for it. Excuse me? Why didn't they give you a time? Well, they didn't. Well, what he's going to look like? I don't know. I'm just supposed to go pick out a puppy at a pet fair, and that if it feels like in my heart that that's mine, it's mine. No. Well, what time of year? Well, I don't know. Nobody told me that. Well, if they can't give you 4 out of the 5 things of reincarnation, how do you know the first one was right? And that's the truth. If they can't give you the 4 how, when, where, and what they look like, and why they're coming back, then that part about their reincarnating, I'd be really wary of that being truth, because they're not tapped into the future energy. So that's enough today. And for those people that I've upset by talking truth, sorry. For those people it resonates with, rock on. And I hope that if you have more questions, you'll join us in our Facebook group. We have, 50,000 plus over in our global group, because pain is universal, and we have lots of questions over there. It's a buffet of signs and afterlife and pet loss and animal life after death. And we have our YouTube videos that are free, and I have a lot of books, and there's a blog. So we have lots of avenues in addition to this Pet Life Radio to help heal your heart. And I thank you for listening today. I look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, we're going to be doing this in Portuguese and Spanish. So, hola, everybody out there. And as they say in Southern, bye-bye-bye. See you soon.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.